Hi, welcome to Pipelines.py. Before we write a single line of code, I want to take 60 seconds to tell you exactly what this channel is and who it's for. Because I built this channel for a very specific person. Maybe you work in data, maybe you run reports in Excel every week, and you know there has to be a faster way. Maybe you're an analyst, an engineer, a project manager, someone who works with information every day but has never called yourself a programmer. Or maybe you tried to learn Python before, you started a course, got 3 videos in, and it started feeling like it wasn't made for you. That's who this channel is for. Pipelines.py is Python, taught for people who work with data, not for software engineers, not for CS students, for people who want to automate the repetitive stuff, clean up messy data, build tools their teams actually use, and eventually work with AI and machine learning in a way that feels real and practical. We start from zero, absolute zero, no assumed knowledge, no jargon without explanation, no rushing the parts that are actually confusing. Every episode has 2 parts, a concept you can use immediately and a mini project that puts into practice. Something you actually build, something that works. That's the channel, that's the mission, and this, episode 1, is where it starts. If you ever thought I should really learn Python, today is the day you stop thinking it and start doing it. Let's go. Here's something I want you to know before we write anything. Every Python developer in the world, from people at Google to data scientists at hospitals to engineers and logistics companies, started in exactly the same place you're standing right now. One line of code. That's where we're starting today, and by the end of this video, you'll have not just written it, you'll have built something real with it. Let's take it one step at a time, no rush. Here's our plan for today. First, we'll write Python's most famous first line of code and understand what exactly is happening when we run it. Then we'll learn about variables, how Python stores and remembers information, and we'll use something called an if string to combine text and variables together in a clean, readable way. At the end, we'll put all 3 of those things together into a mini project, a personal intro card generator. Let's start with the very first thing. The first thing I want you to understand about Python is this. Python is a language, and like any language, it has words that carry specific meaning. One of those words is print. When you write print in Python, you are giving Python one clear instruction. Take whatever I put inside these parentheses and show it to me on the screen. That's it. That's all print does. Let me show you. Look at what we have here. Print the instructions, parentheses where we put what we want to display, quotes because we're giving Python text. In Python, anytime you have text, words, sentences, characters, you wrap them in quotes. We call that text a string. That's a word you'll hear a lot. String just means text in Python. There it is. You just ran your first Python program. I know it might feel small right now, but what just happened is the same fundamental thing that happens in every Python program ever written. You gave Python an instruction, Python read it, Python did exactly what you said. Write, run, see the result. That loop is the entire foundation of programming. Everything we build is just more of that same loop. Now let's make our program a little more interesting. Right now, our script always prints the same thing. Hello world. Every single time, no matter what. But what if we want our program to work with different information? What if we want to store something and use it multiple times? That's where variables come in. A variable is a named container. You give it a name and you store a value inside it. I think of it like a label jar. You write a name on the outside and you put something inside. Whenever you want that something, you just say the name of the jar and Python goes and gets it. Let me show you how to create one. Read this with me. Name equals Jordan. Now here's something I want you to be clear about. That equal sign doesn't mean the same thing it means in math. In Python, equals means assign. We are assigning the value Jordan to the container called name. We're telling Python, create a jar called name and put Jordan inside it. Let's print it now. Notice what we did. We printed name without quotes. That's intentional, and it's an important distinction. If we put quotes around name, Python would print the word name without quotes. Python looks inside the container called name and prints whatever value is stored in there. Take a moment with that. It's one of those things that trips people up early on. And now you already know it. Now watch what happens when we change that what's inside the variable. One change, one place, the whole program updates. As your programs grow larger and more complex, this becomes incredibly powerful. Now let's combine text and variables together. Once you see how it works, it'll feel completely natural. Look at two things here. First, there's an F right before the opening quote. That F is what makes this an F string, a formatted string. Second, the variable name is wrapped in curly braces. Inside the string, those curly braces are a single signal to Python. Go find whatever is stored in this variable and drop it right here in the text. So when Python reads this line, name becomes Casey. Let's run it. Clean, readable, flexible. Change the variable, the F string updates automatically. F strings are one of those things you'll write most often in Python. And now you understand exactly how they work. Our variables hold one thing, one name, one title. In episode 2, I'm going to show you what happens when you try to do math with something Python thinks is text. And the result is going to make you stop and say, wait, what? But we'll get there. For now, let's build. Our mini project for this episode is a personal intro card generator. You give it 4 things: your name, your job title, your top skill, and your years of experience. It outputs a clean, formatted card right in the terminal. This is a real script, something you can actually use for a team directory, an onboarding document, or a portfolio. or just as proof that you built something from scratch. Let's build it together. Before we run this, let me explain that one new thing. That equal sign times 40. This is called string multiplication. Python takes the equal sign and repeats it 40 times, printing it as one long line. It's a small formatting trick useful for creating clean dividers in terminal output. Nothing complicated, just a handy shortcut. Okay, let's run it. Take a moment to look at that. You wrote that from scratch in your first session. Now go back up to the 4 variables at the top. Put in your own name, your own title, your own skill, run it again. The whole card updates every single line because your logic and your data are separate. Change the data, the logic takes care of the rest. That's the power of variables, and now you feel it. Let's look at what you just did. You came into this video not knowing a single line of Python, and you just wrote a working program from scratch. Print, tell Python what to show, variables, store a value, use it anywhere, f-strings, drop variables right into your text, string multiplication, formatting in one character. 12 lines, a real program, that's yours. Now here's why you need to watch episode 2 right now. In this episode, all our variables held text, but in Python, numbers are completely different from text. And there is one mistake, one tiny difference that breaks programs in a way that looks completely correct until you run it. I showed a room of developers this once. Half of them got it wrong. Episode 2 is already up. I'll show you exactly what it is and make sure you never fall for it. Click it now. I'll see you there, and follow Pipelines.py on TikTok and Instagram. Completely free. You showed up today. That's the hardest part. Don't stop now.